Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the StarCraft Evolution League Season 2 Championship Round 16 Group B. Here we go. We are back. We have returned. Again, we are nearing the tail end of the broadcast. We have 2 series remaining. We have 2 matches left here for the SEL, and we have had a bit of unfortunate results here, or unfortunate circumstances. Regardless, Gumiho is going to be setting up for the Deciders match. He's going to be setting up his account over in the PC Cafe. I did notice in the YouTube chat, someone was asking, they were curious as to the result of what happened in the KSL finals when Dark did go to the PC Cafe. He got 3-0'd. He got 3-0'd, and he did let us know that he just did not have a very good setup, and he was just not used to it, and it was not ideal playing for a PC Cafe. So he did get 3-0'd, but the tenacity, the tenaciousness, it was great to see him just, going that far, going that extra step. The commitment, that's the word I was looking for. The commitment to go to the PC Cafe to compete in the finals was still really cool for Dark. Didn't work out in the end, but, he still put on a show instead of forfeiting, right? Instead of forfeiting. So I did appreciate it. But here we go. Here we go. We're now getting into our next series. We're getting into that best of 3 ZVT. As looks like game 1 is going to be on the Sylphid. Okay. Getting into game number 1. And hopefully it is some smooth sailings from here on forward. Keep it smooth. Keep it smooth. As here we go. Spawning on the top side of Sylphid, we have our South Korean Zerg player. We have the blue. We got the blue Zerg. It is 3-point, and in the bottom right hand corner we have the Brood War Terran player. It is Kiwian. God, every time. Something that I noticed as well. I mean, it'll be more applicable for 4-player small maps, but I'm hoping that Mapu does start to check the player vision to see where they're being told their opponent's spawning in. Again, that is specific to 4-player small maps. Regardless, here we go. We do have a hatch first opener this time from 3-point. We saw a lot of gas first and pool first against Gumiho, but here 3-point is opening up hatch first instead. So something more standard, something more economic. Likewise, Kiwian also going CC first as well. Go. So standard economic openers or economic openers all around. See where this leads. Oh, hello, as 3-point is going gasless. That's going to be a hatch into pool into, I would imagine, a faster third base. So delayed gases for 3-point, very interesting. Typically when you go for delayed gases like this, typically you skip link speed and you go into a faster roach horn, into faster lair. You spend your gas elsewhere when you eventually take it. It's a very greedy style. It can be abused, but typically how is it abused? It's abused with a faster army, with a faster setup like Reaper Hellion, where you can dive into mineral lines, you can rush past the initial defenses and try to cripple your opponent economically. Here, that isn't really as accessible for Kiwian, as Kiwian is opening a 3-rack stip. He's going to be opening up. We'll see if 3-point can be ready in time. We'll see if we can have that roach set up in time. For now, 3-point is just droning, just saturating. We're building up our early bio. And gas is now on the way. We have our first gas geyser at 210. So we have that first gas. Academy's already in production. And again, we should be seeing a roach war and a roach production soon, once we get the gas for it. And we'll see how things line up. I want to say that 3-point should have them out in time. It's going to be close. Going to be close, but he should have them, as he will have that boosted economy from the extra mineral income. There's that roach horn that we spoke about, and yeah, he should have them out in time. Okay, and this still comes down to the execution of the engagement, the execution of the 2 players, the bio of the sim. As Marines are amassing, they're going to get confirmed. They're gonna get scattered, so threepoint is now fully aware. He's fully aware of what's going on. Ro16 is almost done. And threepoint, he should be able to defend. He opted not to expand, so no third expansion here. He's going to a zero chamber into +1. Let's cast the Overlord. Threepoint is supply blocked. Ooh, yeah, that's a hefty supply block, actually. He's got a roach form, but he can't make any roaches. Oh. He cannot make roaches. Kiwian, he is moving out. Kiwian, he doesn't know what he's moving into. Remember, he did not scout. Here we go. We have 5 roaches on the way. And again, they should pop out in time. That should. The supply block is hurting. There's a scan. I believe they'll see the roach warren. And yeah, they pop out. They pop out, and the Kiwian backs off. Yeah, it's too late. Too little, too late. So Kiwian, he respects the roaches. From here, threepoint can now expand. We can get into the mid game, or threepoint can just turn this into an all-in. I mean, it's possible. But for now, he's droning, taking more gases. We have Carapace on the way, which is going to be ideal against Bio. Here again was just slowing things down. Threepoint, he's slowly expanding, getting his third base. Likewise, Kiwian should be heading that direction as well. I appreciate that Kiwian, again, he does respect the setup from threepoint, so he doesn't throw away any bio early, doesn't throw anything away. He preserves the army, and we're getting into set mid game. From here, threepoint, he has a couple of options. He can turn this into Lingbane Roach Ravager. True, he could go into a melee upgrade after this. He could go into an Infestation Pit, into Roach Ravager Infestor, into range upgrades, into Hydra Lurker Viper. He could head in that direction. Or he can go into Lingbane, into Ultra Tech. Or I guess technically threepoint, he can just max out on Roach Ravager. So he's got a couple of pods available to him, a couple of tech pods. But now he's just sticking with Roach Ravager. Ooh, does get caught out there. Losing 1 Ravager. Nice pick up out of Kiwian. It's a nice pick up. We have +1 range on the way, which is normal, even if the plan is still to go into Lingbane. Like, typically you go into range just to help support your initial Roach Ravager to make sure you just don't die. But again, our eyes are open for the tech. And whether or not we get into +2 range. +2 range would be indicative. There we go. We have confirmation. I was going to say +2 range would be indicative of going into a Hydra Lurker. And there it is. Hydra Den is on the way until eventually Lurker Tech. So now we know the trajectory here, the direction of the build of threepoint. Moving towards Hydra Lurker. Again, just maintaining map control. Kiwian back at home, just settling in. We have the science facility on the way. Stage just zone. No major pickups. Getting a medevac. Well, it's getting a medic. Medic. Hydras are now amassing as well. And for the most part, it seems like it's going to be up to Kiwian to survive the eventual push. On top of that, I assumed it was going to be Roach Ravager into Hydra Lurker, but we have yet to start an Infestation Pit. There's no Infestation Pit, which means there's no Hive, which means there's no Lurker Tech either. But there we go, going for a later pit. But it's on the way. Likewise, threepoint is also staying on a very low drone count. Very much lower drone count here, 63 drones only. So this is kind of like a shaky road into the mid game here for threepoint, just because he's delayed his own drone production for a long time. He invested quite heavily into the army. He's close to maxing out, that's true, but remember, the soup does lie. It's a very inefficient army. It's very roach heavy, very roach heavy, as he's making even more roaches. He has a lot to work with, but again, doesn't really scale too well into a longer game. Meanwhile, we have a Radiate being researched. Wraith gets across the map. Here comes threepoint. He's going in. Pushing into a siege line. Gets one tank. Gets two. 1, 2, 3 tanks going down. Oh god, that's a lot of tank shots. Oh, Jesus. Again, not the best trade here from threepoint. Bleeding off a lot of roaches, and he's replacing the roaches. For a moment there, I thought we were... For a moment there, I thought we had a lag out again. I was very concerned. But looks like a player's asking for a moment. But again, a really awkward fight there for threepoint, bleeding out a lot of units, and he's now working towards a hive. I believe we don't yet have a lurker den. I don't know if it's wise to get into lurkers at this point, but even, I mean, hive into vipers at least, and spellcasters is on the way. And hopefully everything's okay. Oh, very good. We are good. As a Radiate is coming, let's go. And finally, we get the lurker den. This is a late lurker den here for threepoint. Ideally, you do want the lurker den lined up with hive, so you can start those lurker upgrades immediately. So late lurker den, but also late droning. We're still on 76 workers. The drone count is still very low for threepoint. And he's still stuck with all these roaches. Then a couple of irradiates. I'm still on the fence about this. Kiwian does this really often, where he irradiates ahead of time instead of, you know, saving onto that or holding onto that energy. Oh my god, where are the splits? Jesus, at the threepoint. He does not split up. But I'm a little bit concerned just because it means that there's going to be less irradiates when the actual fight occurs. So he won't be able to deter, he won't be able to buy time, won't be able to zone away. So I'm a little bit concerned. Meanwhile, lurker's now morphing in. There's someone asking in the chats, a little bit behind our StarCraft 1 units part of the standard game. I think you already got some responses in the chat, but this is a mod. This is a different game mode. This is StarCraft Evolution. Specifically, this pins StarCraft 2 versus Brood War. As we can see, a massive lurker drop being set up. Again, Kiwian is playing Brood War Terran. Meanwhile, threepoint is playing StarCraft 2 Zerg. So this is StarCraft 2 versus Brood War. As the scan did reveal the Dropper Lords, BC production has begun. And we can see threepoint sharking around. He's got his Vipers. Does find a couple of tanks. And they can be abducted. Or they just go down. Gets 1, 2 tanks falling already. Getting 3, getting all 4. Nice pickups. Yeah, the Marines are out of position. Marines out of position, and the 4th base is going to be denied. We'll land a couple of irradiates, okay. God, and threepoint is stacking. Does pull away. BC's revealed, no more Hydras. This BC will eventually kill everything. As threepoint goes to the Nidus. Nidus into the main. So we get a couple of Hydras into the main base as well. Just what he needed that anti-air. But here come the irradiates. Oof. Radiates are popping up. Lurkers are still denying the board. But I don't think threepoint can take this fight. He has no lurkers. And he has a lurker in the position. Hydra's trying to break their way through. Hey, the Hydras are popping up. Hydra doing well for themselves. Oh. Yeah, some unfortunate radiates. Threepoint, does he have enough? Oh god, there's so many BCs. The match repair, the BC refused to go down. The repairs are too good. It's gonna cost Kiwian a lot of workers, but he will hold. He will hold. He will force us back. We have spores on the way. But Kiwian, he will defend. Takes down all the spores. It costs him 26 workers. 26 workers, most of his fire. Ooh, as threepoint is back. Not ideal though. Yeah, threepoint, he underestimates the power of the Marine. Man with gun is pretty good. And from here, Kiwian holds. Kiwian, he does hold on. Now, winding it back here, just to explain a couple of things. Irradiate is kind of like an AoE targeted ability here. It's similar to Parasitic Bomb. Similar. But there is one big difference, and I was kind of pointing it out during the fight. I was mentioning how some unfortunate radiates, irradiate runs out when the unit dies. So if you irradiate a unit, typically you want to leave it alone. You don't want to target it down because you want it to be dealing splash damage to its units around it. So if you irradiate a unit, that if you instantly kill it, it's kind of a waste, right? It's kind of a waste because you waste the irradiate. So there was some unfortunate targeting in the previous fight. Regardless, we have the mass BC moving out, and there are so many battle cruisers. There might be too many. As Kiwian, he's maxed, and he's snowballing out of control. We do get the Dream Drop into the main. Kiwian does push. And we're going for the base trade. We're going for the base trade. Let's go. Trading base for a base. Bearing in mind that Kiwian, obviously the Brutal BC cannot teleport, so he cannot teleport back home. He has a less mobile army. Lings, they're busting into the mineral lines. And threepoint is mass expanding. You can see here on the minimap, he's taking all the bases. Threepoint is mass expanding, he still has more money. Kiwian trying to hold on. Brutal riding clouds. Trades relatively well. Takes down at least some of the Hydras. And Kiwian is racing back. He's racing back home. As he has killed all the main bases, he scans top left. He sees that the mining bases here of threepoint. He's making his way over. Yeah, he's making his way over. GG gets called. The main army is in favor of Kiwian. And Kiwian takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. And oh my god, a shout out to Babylings. Oh my god. Thank you so much for the raid. Right, it's Tuesday today. It's Tuesday, so hope you had a good stream. Hope you had a good stream. Hope you had a great time. The Babylings. Looks like a bit of a shorter stream, but hope you had a great time nonetheless. Thank you so much. As we are getting into game number 2, for all those that are tuning in, welcome to StarCraft Evolution. This is a mod. This is a game mod here that features Brood War versus SE2. We are in the group stage. We're in the elimination match, and currently Kiwian is up 1-0. He's up 1-0, and now we're getting into game number 2. Have a good thank you. She's already off. Oh, let's go. Is the ladder working, by the way? Is the ladder working again? Again, I know that the ladder was broken last night. I don't know if they fixed it. I don't know if they fixed it last night or not. But it was affecting our cast as well. We actually couldn't host lobbies. Not normally on NA, so we had to try to have a workaround for the lobbies. Yeah, okay, that's good. Good to know. Good to know. go. But here we go. We're getting into game number 2 here, and game 2 is going to be on Vermeer. Oh boy. So the streams, what's good? If it was a solid stream. So we are getting to our next game. Loading into a 4-player small map. Let's go. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Vermeer, we do have the Brood War Zerg player from South Korea. It is threepoint. And in the top right-hand corner, we have the StarCraft 2 Terran from South Korea. It is Kiwian, aka TOP. And welcome one and all to Vermeer. Vermeer is a 4-player spawn map from back in Brood War. It was ported on over. Because there are 4 possible spawn locations at each corner of the map, and our players are unaware as to where they are, at least currently. It's going to be up to them to figure that out. We do have initial openers. Again, Kiwian is playing StarCraft 2 this time, so he's switching into StarCraft 2. We'll see how he can fare against a threepoint. As threepoint, because it's loser's pick, he did decide to play Brood War Zerg instead. For those that are watching for the first time, this mod forces Brood War versus SE2. You never see Brood War versus Brood War or StarCraft 2 versus StarCraft 2. The mod isn't really balanced for Brood War versus Brood War either. So it's built for one versus the other. As Kiwian does open up gas first. Sorry, threepoint does open up gas first, so very aggressive build here. Gas first, earlier link speed, and earlier aggression out of our Zerg player. So very aggressive build. Meanwhile, we just see Kiwian going for a CC first. Does go CC first. Very greedy, and if threepoint can find him, he can punish. Oh boy. And he will. The Overlord does scout horizontally, and he does find Kiwian almost immediately. It does find him, and now it's time to punish the greed. It's time to punish. Links are going to be amassing. We can see Kiwian going for a 3x follow-up. 3 maxes on the way. Link speed has begun. You can see here that our Zerg player is staying in gas. Interesting. He's staying in gas, so he's getting into link speed. And as a follow-up, if you remember his series against Gumiho, we're expecting threepoint to go into Lair, to go into Mutas. That's what we're expecting. Well, we'll see. Nice for threepoint. So far, threepoint getting his macro hatchery. Still making a couple of drones. There it is. There's the lair that we did mention. So lair is on the way. Again, we're expecting a Spire. There was a build that we saw where threepoint went into fast Hydrogen, into fast Lurker Tech, into a Link Lurker all-in. True. That has happened before. As things will force a lift. Or Kiwian, never mind, he's gonna fight for it. Does run away. And there it is, there's the Hydrogen. Okay, so he's going for the Link Lurker all in. So no Spire, instead Lurker Tech. Remember, the Hydrogen is Hatch Tech. The Hydrogen, you can make it when you have a hatchery, but Lurker Tech is locked behind Lair. So Lair's turn to finish. And I believe this hits with around 4 to 5 Lurkers. It hits quite hard. Hits quite hard. Gumiho did survive this. Gumiho was able to shut this down in his series. We'll see how Kiwian fares. So here we go. Lurker Tech is on the way. Scan into the main base, reveals all the tech he knows. Okay, threepoint, he knows, he's aware. Factory just now begins. Unfortunately, because of Kiwian's build, remember, what was he going for? 3x. He was going for 3x stim, which means the factory is delayed. The factory is heavily delayed. Ay, ay, ay. So he has to rely on purely Marines to hold on. He's throwing down a bunker behind this. I do like that Kiwian is being proactive and he's actually out here to initially catch out Lings, but there we go. We have 5 lurkers morphing in. Oh boy. Scans the natural, confirms no saturation. Now he knows. He's now 100% aware. There we go. Turrets are on the way. He is 100% certain of the all-in coming his way, but can he stop it? Can he stop it? Oh. Pulls away. You can see again, he's trying to force the early siege. Kites against the Lings. Lurkers again within range. And the turret out. Yeah, turret's up, but it's going to be targeted down. Yeah, turret instantly falls. Kiwian did slip away. Slipped away. But not easy to engage into 5 lurkers. There's a scan. Kiwian tries to spread, but some brutal lurker shots. Yeah, Marines going down, SCVs as well. And Kiwian, he's being broken. Oof, he will lose all the SCVs. 14 SCVs falling. Ay, ay, ay. And the all-in has worked. The all-in has succeeded. He's pushing into the main. Tank finally arrives. But it's too late. The natural has fallen. Lurkers, they knock down the front door as well. Lings are diving on the tank. And GG gets called 3-point. He does overwhelm. He does tie things up, and we are going to the ace match. Ooh, GG, well played. Again, just a really unfortunate build opener out of Kiwian. As a reminder, Kiwian, he did open up racks. Sorry, he opened up CC first into a 3 racks. He was blindly opening up 3 racks, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But by the time he realized what was going on, remember, he had no factory. He had no factory. He had no defensive setup. He had Marines, yes, and he had the bunker that was finishing up as well. But again, it was a tough hold there. If you recall, Gumiho, how he was able to shut this down was with initially, he only had 1 tank initially, but he was slowly building up his tank count, slowly securing his natural, and he eventually shut 3-point down. Here, that wasn't an option for Kiwian because of his opener, because of his build. Was less of an option. And with that, we're going all the way to the ace match. Let's go. And it looks like game 3 is going to be on Purity and Industry. And spawning in the top right corner, sorry, right side, the right side of Purity Industry, we have the StarCraft 2 Zerg player. It is a 3-point for Team Hyper 1. And in the top side, we do have the Brood War Terran player. It is Kiwian. Go. So we find ourselves in the ace match. Again, Purity and Industry is an older Legacy of the Void map. If you remember, this was in rotation on the ladder back in 2021, I want to say. Like around 2021 era of StarCraft, during the COVID era, of course. This does have some unique features. We have a very short rush distance by air, but to make up for that, there are all these slow zones. Slow zones are incorporated between the bases. Some slow zones have been removed. Remember that. This is a unique version of the map where it has been updated. There used to be slow zones also leading towards the island, but they have been removed. So the island is more accessible, as there is an island on the top right. Meanwhile, we do see a 3-point opening up, hatch pool, no gas. Ooh, gasless opener here by 3-point. If you recall, we did see this previously on Sylphid. We saw this on Sylphid. Typically, a gasless opener like this leads into early roaches. It means that because we're not spending gas on link speed, because we're not mining gas, it means we have excess minerals, so you can saturate on 2 bases faster, and then skip link speed, go into a roach horn, and build up into 2-base roach. Meanwhile, Kiwian, 3-racks. 3-rack stim out of Kiwian. This is looking just like game 1, just like Sylphid. The way this build lines up, I mean, the rush distance by ground is maybe a little bit shorter here, maybe. But for the most part, I believe roaches pop out just in time to defend against the 3-racks. So, 3-point should be okay. Should be okay. So now we're droning. In a couple of seconds, we'll be seeing the first gas. Seeing it, there it is. It's going to be at 214. So 214 is the first gas. Last time it was at 210. So gases are now being taken, and again, that should be to take up into roaches. Meanwhile, Kiwian back at home is going in towards Stim with that academy. Again, 3-rack Stim timing with a handful of medevacs. Sorry, with medics. I think it's 3. I think it's 3 medics and your mass marine. Also, a lot of rocks got deleted, if I recall correctly, to help open up the map. Yes, yes. There used to be rocks outside of the third, I believe. There used to be rocks like outside of the third base, around the center of the map. Also got removed. Meanwhile, there's that Roach Warren at around 3 minutes. Roach Warren's on the way, Lair's on the way. Now, just like on Sylphid, we're hoping that once Kiwian realizes that there's going to be a Roach defense ready, that he doesn't throw away his army. That he backs off, he preserves the army, and builds up into a longer game. As I don't think Kiwian knows what he's moving into. Medics are out. Scans are thrown down, and he does scout the Roach Warren. He's aware. Sees a lair, sees the Roach Warren. Kiwian, he can still be active and maybe try to hunt down some overlords, but outside of that, I don't really see him pushing into the base. As Roaches are out, threepoint has the high ground, and Kiwian pulls away. So again, good call here from Kiwian. Backs off, he pulls away. Oh, but this is very different. Now, if you remember, one of the big criticisms that we had for threepoint on Sylphid was that he took a long time to drone, and he took a very long time to tech as well. These are 2 big criticisms in Game 1. Here, insanely fast infestation pit. Now, because the pit is so fast, either we are rushing into Hive as quickly as possible, or are we feeling Swarm Host play? Swarm Host, I feel like, could be viable just because of the terrain, just because of the map itself. So we'll see. Is it going to be... Oh, as we see a double scan. Once again, scouts the infestation pit. Is this for fast Hive? Is it for fast infestors? Or is it for Swarm Host? We have the answer. Hive. That is a 5:10 Hive timing. That is insanely fast, by the way. My god. So very early Hive here from threepoint. Ling speed has begun, so that also tells us that he wants to get out of purely Roach Ravager. My question becomes, okay, if it's going to be fast Hive, are we going into fast Ultras? Is that the plan? Going Roach Ravager into Lingbane Ultra is very meta, at least in StarCraft 2. We've been seeing it quite a lot over the past couple of months, ever since DreamHack Dallas. Is that the plan here as well? My eyes are on the second Evo chamber. Are we going into melee? Are we going into melee or are we going into range? In regards to the upgrade. Evo chamber is done. Hive is finishing up. Show us the tech, show us the upgrades. Do we go for the Ultra Cavern? Oh, there it is, melee. Okay, he started range for a moment, cancels, goes into melee, and goes into the Ultra Cavern. Again, this is very standard in StarCraft 2. I would imagine it works quite well in StarCraft Evolution. There's a scan, reveals the Ultra Cavern. Nice scan there from Kiwian. Very nice. But again, this is a little more standard in current SE2 meta. So we're rushing into Ultras. That's going to be a big power spike here for the Zerg. Vipers are on the way. And Kiwian is just going to have to turtle up. He's just going to have to turtle up as hard as he can. Ideally, we need some science vessels. Oh, he's rushing into BC. Oh, this is quite greedy here. Again, he had a choice to make. He could have tried to slow things down, gone into tanks and science vessels, but no, he's going into tanks, into battle cruiser. Oh, it does have a science. Wait, did he research irradiate? I may have missed that. No, he doesn't have it. Okay, he did not research irradiate. Does have the vessel.
Add-on complete.
BCs are amassing. Oh, did we get an overseer into the a changeling into the main? Spire is on the way, so we're gonna have some anti-air. Yeah, I did scout. Did scouts. Irradiate just now beginning. Thanks for the cutting. Good to see you. Gracias, baby, gracias. As we are going to be pushing in. Ultras, they get on top of the tanks. It's going to be 1, 2 Ultras going down. Sorry, 2 Ultras. Sorry, 2 tanks going down, I meant to say. As Ultras are just breaking their way through. The BC's doing what they can. Radiate's not ready. Yeah, there's no Irradiate. 1 Ultra falls. And 3-point, he's done it. Yeah, this Ultra timing is brutal. He works his way through. It was a bold move going into these BCs. We're going for the defense matrix. Okay. Goes to the matrix. Ultras, they break through the biome. Ultra finally goes down, but that's going to be how many? That's going to be a dead CC, 14 SCV kills, resets the tank down, gets into the mineral line. Oh no, the SCVs! They go through the Ultra. Oh god. No, they come into another. There's Ultras everywhere. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. They're going past all the Ultras, and that's going to be the death of all the workers as well. Yeah, oh my god, that 1 Ultra's got so many kills. The 1 Ultra, 22 SCV kills, and again, we're going to keep on going, killing every single worker here. And again, 3-point, he has done it, a very strong Ultra timing. Kiwian, he wasn't ready. Trying to go into mass BC. And he has them, but he has nothing on the ground. He has nothing left on the ground. Everything's on fire. He's down to 2 workers. 2 SCVs left. And the Spire is done. All the 3-point has to do is make Corruptor. And there it is. We have 7 Corruptors on the way. You could argue these Corruptors are a little bit late. True. They're a little bit late, but they're coming. As Kiwian, he's hoping that there's no Spire, right? Like, if there was no Spire, then these BCs could actually kill some bases. And they could force a really weird game state. These BCs will make their way into the bases. Scores being focused down. The gas income here is still very low for 3-point. Going for the defense matrix. Kiwian, can he win this fight? No shot. GG gets called. And 3-point, he will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the decider match. GG, well played. Congratulations here to 3-point. He does claim the series. My condolences to Kiwian. Again, Kiwian, unfortunately, he was, I wouldn't say cutting some corners. Like, it was a really bold move to rush into BCs the way that he did. In the end, wasn't worth it. Wasn't worth it in the end. In the end, the Ultra timing was just a little bit too much. Did break him. GG, well played. And with that, we're now getting ready for the final series of the broadcast. Now again, Gumiho, he's been having a really hard time tonight when it comes to his internet. It's been very unstable, unfortunately. It's been very unstable, so we haven't had the cleanest of experiences. But he did go to a PC cafe. Went for a PC cafe, a PC bang, to hopefully compete, to take part, and to maybe even make it through into the playoffs. Let's see if he can.